Hello everyone, and welcome back. I know you've been through it. I know the grind is endless, and you feel like every step forward feels like it's taken 2 steps back. You've been battling, pushing, striving, and surviving. But right now, let me remind you of something important, something powerful. Their strategy collapsed, now they're scrambling. This isn't just a phrase to pass the time. This is reality. The reality you've been fighting for, and the reality that others, those who've held themselves on high, have tried to escape. But there is no escape when the storm hits. There is no place to hide when the walls of your world start crumbling. Right now, right in this moment, we're watching their empire unravel, and it's all because their strategy collapsed. They thought they had it all figured out. They thought their plans were invincible, that their methods were flawless. But when you build something on lies, on arrogance, on shortcuts, it always comes crashing down. This is the lesson they didn't learn, and this is the lesson you need to embrace. They were too sure of themselves, too comfortable in their success, too blinded by the false sense of control they thought they had. And that's where they fell apart. That's where their strategy collapsed. Now, they're scrambling, looking for any way to hold on, to reclaim what they've lost, but it's too late. It's over for them, but for you, this is just the beginning. You are not like them. You have learned what they never understood. You see that in this chaos, in this collapse, there is an opportunity. You see the weakness where they saw strength. You see the vulnerability where they saw invulnerability. While they are struggling to put together the broken pieces of their shattered plans, you are rising, ready to seize what they couldn't hold on to. And the best part? They didn't see you coming. They never did. In every failure, there is a lesson. In every setback, there is a chance to grow stronger. The truth is that their strategy collapsed because they underestimated their enemies. They underestimated the people who were working in silence, who were plotting their moves, their counterattacks. They underestimated you. They never took you seriously. They thought their strength would be enough. Their resources would be enough. Their power would be enough to crush you. But in the end, it wasn't enough. It was never enough. They couldn't foresee the consequences of their overconfidence, the flaws in their foundation, and they couldn't anticipate your rise. Now, as they scramble to recover, as they frantically search for answers, you stand at the threshold of your victory, and the only thing that stands between you and your success is your own resolve. The only thing that can stop you now is your own hesitation. You've watched them fall apart, you've watched them lose control, and now you have to take the reins. You have to step forward and claim what is rightfully yours. This is your moment. This is your time to show the world what you are made of. When people see others fail, when they witness someone else's strategy collapse, they often think it's a sign that the game is over, that the whole world is falling apart. But that's not true. When their strategy collapsed, it was just the beginning of a new reality. Their failure doesn't mean the end for you. It means the beginning of something far more powerful. It means that the people who were once in control have lost their grip, and now the future belongs to those who can think beyond the chaos. Think about it. When someone falls, the space they leave behind is filled with possibility. You don't wait for the next person to take over. You fill that space with your own strength, with your own vision, with your own will to succeed. While they are scrambling, you are executing. While they are confused, you are focused. You take what is left of their crumbling empire and turn it into your own. This is the part where you rise. This is the part where you see the enemy's weakness and you take advantage of it. This is where you act, where you move with ruthless precision, where you do what needs to be done to secure your place in this world. You've seen them scramble, You've seen them fall apart, and now you use that to your advantage. Never forget that every time you face failure, every time your plans don't go according to schedule, it's an opportunity. It's an opportunity to learn. It's an opportunity to adapt. It's an opportunity to grow stronger. Those who fail, those who are left scrambling, are the ones who are too afraid to learn from their mistakes, too weak to adapt. But you will adapt, you will learn, and you will keep moving forward. There's no room for hesitation, no room for second guessing. The time for fear is long past. The time for doubt is over. Their strategy collapsed because they couldn't see the cracks in their foundation. But you've already seen the cracks. You've already identified where things can go wrong. You've already prepared for every failure, every obstacle, every challenge. And when the moment comes, when the opportunity arises, you won't waste a single second. You will take action, you will strike, and you will not stop until you have everything you deserve. Their scramble is a desperate attempt to hold on to something that was never truly theirs. The truth is that they never had control. They never had the power they thought they did. It was an illusion, a mirage that faded the moment their strategy collapsed. And now, as they flail and panic, you stand at the ready. You are the one who has been preparing, who has been sharpening your skills, who has been laying the foundation for this moment. While they are scrambling to regain what they lost, you are already thinking about how to build something far greater. You are thinking about how to rise from the ashes of their collapse and make something truly unstoppable. This is what it means to be a true force in this world. It means not only surviving the chaos, not only making it through the storm, but coming out of it stronger, wiser, more powerful than you were before. It means seeing the collapse of others as an opportunity, not a threat. It means embracing the power that comes from adversity, the power that comes from being able to look at failure and say, I will not be defeated by this. I will rise from it. So as they scramble, as they search for answers, as they fight to reclaim what they thought was theirs, you have one job, one task. You need to rise. You need to claim what is yours. You need to take control of your destiny. You have seen their weakness. You have witnessed their downfall. Now, it's your time to shine. The world is yours for the taking, and no one can stop you. Not now, not ever. When they look back, when they try to rebuild, they will see you standing at the top. They will see you taking what they couldn't hold on to. They will see you become everything they could never be. And that is the true power of those who refuse to quit, those who embrace failure as fuel for their success. So get ready, because the storm is just beginning. And you are the one who is going to emerge victorious. Stay focused, stay driven, and above all, never stop moving forward. Because the ones who are scrambling right now, they are the ones who never understood that when their strategy collapsed, that was the beginning of your rise. When their empire collapsed, they lost something more than just their resources or their control. They lost their belief in their own invincibility, their faith in the strategy they thought would carry them forever. That belief, that false sense of supremacy, had made them blind to their own vulnerabilities. And in their blind pursuit of dominance, they missed the most important lesson. Nothing in this world is permanent, not power, not control, and certainly not the strategies that keep you in the game. And now they are scrambling. You see, while they are caught in this moment of frantic survival, you are in the process of transcending your circumstances. The rise that is waiting for you is not merely about seizing the void they leave behind. It's about taking everything you've learned from your own struggle, your own grind, and turning it into something formidable. You've been tested. You've been through the fire. The difference between you and those who are now flailing is that you have learned to stand firm, to turn your scars into strength and your setbacks into stepping stones. Where they are stumbling, wondering how it all unraveled so quickly, you are building, you are creating, you are finding ways to take advantage of the situation, understanding that every opportunity that arises from failure comes with a cost, and it's one you are more than willing to pay. Failure is nothing more than a lesson, and those who rise above it know that. They know that every time they fall, every time they get knocked down, it is a chance to get stronger, wiser, and more resilient. They are caught in the trap of despair, clinging to what they thought would always be theirs, unable to adapt, unable to evolve, and that's where they've failed. Because in a world like the one we live in, stagnation is the ultimate death sentence. You either move forward, evolve, or you perish. There's no middle ground. Look at them now. They are looking for a way out, scrambling to rebuild what has already been shattered. But it's too late for them. You've already learned the most valuable lesson of all. The only constant in life is change. And while they were busy focusing on maintaining what they had, you were focused on growth, on reinvention, on adaptation. You were preparing for this moment while they were complacent, sitting on the throne of their false sense of security. The cracks were already there. They just couldn't see them. And now, as they scramble, you have already set your sights on the future. You're not just surviving anymore. You're thriving. This moment is yours. And the power, the true power, lies in understanding that your rise is inevitable because you refuse to be held back by fear, by failure, or by anything that tries to hold you down. You will not be stopped. Not by their efforts, not by their schemes, not by their distractions. You will rise because you've decided that nothing at all can keep you from your destiny. While they scramble, while they work to piece together their broken plans, you are going to sharpen your focus. You're going to build something that they can't tear down, something they will never be able to destroy, because it is grounded in a force far stronger than any strategy they ever could have conceived. The strength that comes from within, the inner resolve to rise when everything seems lost, is something they will never understand. It's something that has been forged in the heat of your battle, in the quiet moments when no one was watching. They never understood that while they were distracted by their own false security, you were quietly and consistently preparing for the day they would stumble. You weren't waiting for them to fail. You weren't hoping for their downfall. But you saw the cracks and you knew eventually they would break. Now that it has happened, now that their empire is crumbling before them, you are already on the rise. It's time to show them and to show yourself what true strength looks like. True strength isn't about always being in control. It's about adapting when control slips away. It's about making the most of what you have when everything around you seems like it's falling apart. True strength is the ability to look at a shattered plan and say, I will rebuild. And that's exactly what you're going to do. The vision of success isn't given. The path ahead is not paved in gold, nor will it be without its obstacles. But that's where the difference lies. You've never expected it to be easy. You've never believed success was something that would be handed to you. And now, when the world around you is in chaos, you understand that the only way forward is through sheer will, grit, and determination. Your journey won't be defined by how quickly you rise, but by the fact that you will rise no matter what it takes. In the face of adversity, while others sit paralyzed by their fear of what's coming next, you are moving, you are acting, you are doing what they cannot. And that's the power that only those who have truly embraced the struggle can understand. They look at the mess, at the debris, at the rubble, and they see nothing but failure. You look at the same destruction and you see the foundation of something greater, something more powerful, something that will not only survive but will thrive. Their scramble is desperate, their fear is palpable, but your resolve, your determination to rise above will be unshakable. You've been through the grind and you've come out the other side stronger. The storm has come, but you are not just surviving it, you are using it to your advantage. Success is earned, not given. This rise, your rise, is not something that can be handed to you. It is something you will earn through every sacrifice, through every challenge, through every obstacle you face. Success isn't given, it is earned through relentless pursuit, through a refusal to quit, through the mindset that failure is just a detour on the road to greatness. You've earned every step, every bit of progress you've made so far, and you will continue to earn every victory that comes your way. You see, while they are scrambling, they are looking for an easy way out. They are trying to patch up a broken strategy with quick fixes, with temporary solutions. But you're building something that will last. You're not interested in shortcuts. You're not interested in taking the easy road. You understand that lasting success requires time, dedication, and a commitment to the long game. You will build a foundation so strong that no collapse, no setback, no failure will ever have the power to tear it down. In the end, when the dust settles, when everything has been shaken to its core, it will be you standing tall. Because you didn't fold. You didn't give up when things got hard. You didn't crumble when the pressure increased. You kept pushing forward. And now, the world will see what happens when someone truly decides to rise. This is your moment. And now, it's time to make the most of it. The moment is upon you. What has broken others, what has shattered the confidence of those who once stood above you, is nothing but an opportunity. A single moment can change everything. What you do with it will define not only your path, but the trajectory of your life. Those who once appeared invincible, who once had their strategy figured out, are now stumbling, gasping for air. But you're steady, you're prepared, you're sharp, focused, and relentless. They never anticipated that the game would change, that the very foundation they had built their empire upon would collapse. They never foresaw the cracks that began to form, the unnoticed weaknesses that slowly chipped away at their strength. But you saw it. You saw the signs of their downfall long before they did. And that's why you're here, standing at the threshold of greatness. This moment, the moment when everything has fallen apart for them, is your time to rise. It's your time to take everything you've learned, every ounce of strength you've gained, and make it count. There is no turning back now. The chance to step into your own power is now. It's all about making the most of it. What separates the successful from the failed is the ability to seize opportunities when they arise. You're no longer waiting for someone else to give you permission. You're not waiting for the perfect conditions, because you know that the best opportunities are the ones that appear when everything else seems to be crumbling. When everything seems uncertain, when the world around you feels like it's falling apart, that is the moment of true power. And that's when you act. You rise from the chaos, stronger than before, wiser than before, and more determined than anyone who ever doubted you. The power of resilience. There's no blueprint for success, no single path that guarantees you victory. The road to greatness is uncertain, unpredictable, and often filled with obstacles. But it is through adversity, through challenges, that you find your true power. Success isn't about avoiding failure, it's about learning how to keep going despite it. And that's where many fail. They get knocked down, they hit a wall, and they believe that it's the end. But for those who know the value of persistence, failure is not the end. It's the beginning of something greater. Your ability to rise, to keep pushing forward when the world tells you to stop, is the true measure of your strength. In this moment, this chaos that surrounds you is the ultimate test. Those who give in, who scramble and panic, they will falter. They will lose everything because they've never learned the power of resilience. But you've been preparing for this. You've trained your mind, your body, and your spirit to withstand whatever comes your way. And when the storm hits, when everything begins to crumble, you stand tall. You keep moving forward. Resilience isn't just about bouncing back from failure. It's about learning how to evolve, to adapt, and to use every setback as fuel for your journey. It's about learning to take the hits and keep coming back stronger, smarter, and more relentless. So while others are looking for excuses, for someone to blame, for someone to point the finger at, you'll be looking for solutions. You'll be asking yourself, what can I do to turn this situation around? That is the mindset of a winner. That is the mindset that will carry you through the darkest moments and into the light. And when you make it to the other side, when you come out stronger, you'll be able to look back and realize that every moment of struggle, every failure, was worth it. Because without that struggle, without those lessons, you wouldn't have become who you are meant to be. A mindset of greatness. Greatness doesn't come from the outside. It doesn't come from external validation, accolades, or recognition. Greatness is a mindset. It's the ability to see beyond your current circumstances, to look at the world not as it is, but as it could be. It's the ability to see potential where others see nothing but destruction. It's about understanding that every challenge, every hardship, every failure is just another step toward greatness. Right now, as others scramble to pick up the pieces, you need to be thinking about how to take the lessons from this chaos and turn them into your own version of success. You have the power to transform this moment into something far greater than it ever could have been. But that requires vision. That requires thinking differently. That requires a mindset of greatness. You're not just playing the game to survive. You're playing to win. You're not here to take up space. You're here to claim your place at the top. And that means you have to think like someone who already belongs there. You need to walk, talk, and act as if you've already won. And when you do that, when you make that mental shift, everything else will follow. Your actions today will dictate your success tomorrow. The decisions you make in this moment, when the world is collapsing and everyone else is scrambling, are the decisions that will define your future. The world is filled with people who wait for the perfect conditions, who wait for things to be easy, who wait for someone else to give them permission. But not you. You don't wait for things to be handed to you. You take them. You seize them with both hands, and you create your own future. And that is the mindset that will get you everything you've ever wanted. Turning chaos into opportunity. There are few things as powerful as chaos. When everything around you is falling apart, when the rules are being rewritten, when the game is changing, there is an opportunity that emerges. An opportunity to rise above, to take control, and to create something new. Right now, as others scramble, as they look for ways to salvage their crumbling strategies, you have a chance to step into the void. You have a chance to create something that will not only survive this collapse, but will thrive because of it. You have the ability to see the chaos as something to be harnessed, not something to fear. The greatest innovations, the most successful empires, were often built from the ruins of something else. The world is not a place where things simply stay the same. It's a place where everything changes, and those who succeed are the ones who can turn that change to their advantage. Right now, as the old world crumbles, you have the chance to build the new one. You can create something that is stronger, more resilient, and more powerful than anything that came before it. But to do that, you need to be willing to embrace the chaos. You need to be willing to dive into the uncertainty and carve out your own path. It's not going to be easy. It's not going to be quick, but nothing worthwhile ever is. The road to greatness is not smooth, and it's not guaranteed. But if you have the courage to keep moving forward, if you have the courage to create something out of nothing, you will rise to the top. Victory is inevitable. Now is the time to prove what you are made of. The storm is raging. The world around you is in chaos. But while others are scrambling to find their footing, you're already ahead of them. You're already moving forward, already building, already planning your next move. Victory is not a matter of chance. It's a matter of choice. And you've chosen to rise. You've chosen to take this moment, this chaos, and turn it into something powerful. You've chosen to embrace your own strength, your own power, and your own potential. You've chosen to be relentless, to keep moving, no matter how difficult the road may be. And that, my friend, is the difference between those who succeed and those who fail. It's the ability to keep going when the world tells you to stop. It's the ability to rise above the noise, the chaos, and the uncertainty, and keep your eyes on the prize. Because in the end, victory isn't about never falling. It's about getting back up every time you do. So stand tall, keep moving forward. The world is yours for the taking. The moment is now, and nothing at all can stop you from rising to the top. In the end, this moment is yours to seize. While others scramble in the wake of their collapse, you have the power to rise, to build, and to create something greater. Your resilience, your mindset, and your ability to turn chaos into opportunity will define your path forward. The road won't always be easy, but with each step you take, you get closer to your victory. Keep pushing, keep evolving, and remember, success isn't handed to you. It's earned, and you are more than capable of earning it. Rise and claim what is rightfully yours.